Welcome to Pull the Pin Ready, a place you're guaranteed to get a veteran's opinion about the world we live in. I am Jim, and joining me again.
This is Jake's baby. What's up, bro? How's it going? I'm gonna give you my opinion whether you like it or not. And I
Yeah,
think you will too.
I'm pretty sure they're going to like it, right?
Yeah, they're usually pretty good damn opinions, man. Yeah.
Well,
So what's
so
up today, brother?
glad you're back. Kind of a rough, long week for me, but I'm not going to get into all the details. So we are going to get started with something
Well,
of relevance, I
I,
guess.
well, here you go, right here. Let's pull the pen
Ah,
already.
pull the
Oh,
pen, pull the pen.
that was a
Wow.
good one.
Yeah, that was.
Um, I got uh, there's a lot of shit this week, so pretty interesting. Like I said, garden's over, so I mean, actually, I still have some peppers left, but
Yeah, what are you going to talk about
whatever.
in winter?
I'm not. I'm not talking about gardens until Chris gets back on and can kick it with us.
Yeah, I didn't see Chris's comment. Johnny, I think, commented, but I don't think Chris
No,
commented.
Johnny did some very interesting comments. I like the thing in Nogales, Arizona, with
The tunnels?
flooding because of the tunnels.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
drainage isn't working properly. That's interesting as hell, man. But
Well,
that
you know why it's interesting too, because you got it's so sad watching these liberals or the Democrats. I can't really say which is which anymore, but it's so sad watching them because you see Trump hit that boat out in the water with the cartel,
oh
take it.
Jesus Christ!
Now again,
I've seen I've
these
seen so
people
many
are
parodies
causing
on that.
so much problems, so many problems, and it's costing us money. You know what I mean? Like these tunnel thing. Think about it. These people are
Right.
creating problems in our infrastructure because they're digging
Yeah, that's
through the
that's fucked
tunnels.
up. That's fucked up.
At what point do these Democrats? I mean, all they're doing is supporting crooks and criminals now. Well, I don't
I
even say that, dude. All they're doing is just everything anti-Trump.
I
It's
was
just so
I was
sad.
in all actuality, I was in with I was in for two presidents, one Clinton and one Bush, I think.
Right.
But I did. We're different branches. We did different things, plain and simple. And because I was on the seas for the most part, I was on ground as well, but we won't talk about that as much. But what's funny is when we would have Somalian pirates try to fuck with us, and guess what? What we would do, and I don't even now that I've been out 10 years, I think I'm allowed to talk about disclose some of the stuff I've done, but this wasn't public knowledge. But we used our 50 cal. We used those fucking assholes as target practice. You know how many fucking Somalian little fucking boats we fucking shot up because they thought they were cute trying to fucking fuck with us, and they're gonna make
F
a big
around,
deal
find out,
about
right?
fuck around and find out exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny about it is Trump does it, and I know for a fact Clinton was in when we did this shit, and no big deal. It didn't make the news at all. Half the
No.
shit we didn't make the news that should have made the news. That I believe that the national public should know about. But I'm not going to discuss it because it's not my job to do it. Nor do I give a fuck. We did what we had to do, and I will say that we did tear some Somalians the fuck up. And it's just funny that there was no criticism whatsoever with Mr. Clinton in office.
Right. Well, we already know that, dude. It's not even a double standard anywhere. We
No,
already
and
recognize that.
no,
It's
yeah,
hierarchy. They just think
right,
they're smarter than you, they're better than you, so whatever they think is right, and you're wrong. I mean, in the end, like I think these people are stupid because of their ideas. I don't think they're stupid just because of who they are. I just think because
right,
they're coming up with these ideas and that's why when you look at it, the Democratic Party, like you see the whole socialist thing in New York going on, they're at such a crossroads right now. I
oh
mean, even
Jesus,
Democrats are talking about leaving the party. Somebody I heard say, "Look, you
I
socialist people
know,
need to form your own party." because
I
we're not.
know, I know.
So they're in this total
Um,
civil war because they don't have an identity and nothing to stand on. At least, even though I'm not a socialist and would never accept that, at least that guy in New York has something to stand on, even though the old saying, oh, well, you haven't tried it my
yeah,
way. Whatever, dude. It's not going to work. It's never worked in America. It won't work. But at least he has a platform to stand on where these other Democrats are just everything anti-Trump.
right.
It's just sad.
It's just,
It's sad to
it,
watch it, honestly.
what are they calling it? Anti-Semitism or some shit with
That's
Trump?
against, uh, no, that's against
I don't
Jewish
fucking
people.
know, dude.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
it's just
This,
everything Trump comes out with, they're just against it. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? It's sad, but
oh, I know. And yeah, it's just gross.
and that's what this is all about. And this is why it's so frustrating. That's what it's all about. Like, okay, you can say the same thing about me. I sit here before people, giving my opinion. I think I'm right, whatever, and I think they're wrong. Okay, but I'm open to having you change my mind. I am open to being wrong. I could possibly be wrong to a solution because I don't know the outcome yet. You know, and if I were to say, okay, let's ban all guns because killing will stop, I can say that. Not that I believe that, but in the end, until we do it, I won't know the actual outcome. Right. So, but they don't even have the ability to think that they could be wrong. You know, like, and the sad part is they deceptively just pick and choose things to make you feel like they have a valid claim and they don't, like using the Australia gun buyback. But you go look now, they got more guns than they had before. Like, I mean, there's just so much deception.
Right.
I just can't believe these people are that stupid. They can't be stupid. It's got to
What?
be
Yeah. And
evil.
you
It
know,
just has to be evil.
and yeah, but what is even more fucked up is we think we have it bad. Did you? I'm kind of changing, going into a different segment, but I forgot who it was. Um, but there was a guy in England that he told some he said some like trans joke, and he got arrested.
Oh yeah, just like the guy who tweeted to vote by text or something. And yeah, dude, these other countries, they're out
I
of control. But I did watch a video of some guy, I think he was in Britain or something, talking about flying the flag. He's like, I love you Americans. Thanks for what you do, because we're gonna do it here. Like, I mean, I think they're gonna wake up. I
but
mean, they're gonna wake up. They're being taken over too by illegals
yeah,
and
but
all
I
that
mean,
stuff.
so with that being said, could you fucking imagine if Elon would not have bought X and that fucking drunk would have got the drunken tampon fag would have got fucking elected?
Oh, well, so let me be clear with this. Let me be clear. I don't think it matters because here's the point I'm looking at. And I was thinking real hard about this today. There
Yes,
was a breaking point that formed this country. Okay? Again, I'm not for violence. I do not want to see people get hurt.
right.
It bothers me to watch people get hurt. I don't want to kill anyone. It bothers me. I'm prepared and trained and capable. But it bothers me. I don't want to do it. But we are going to hit a breaking point. And I think the only difference would have been Trump has slowed it down right now,
Oh, okay.
but we would have hit
All
it
right.
faster. That's what I'm
All
thinking
right.
because there
I
are so many, like, even if you think about how Democrats are cheating, look at the
yes,
redistricting. See how they're
yeah,
cheating? They're using illegals. We got towns
yeah,
in Michigan getting taken over by
yeah.
Muslims, and I mean all this stuff is against
I
what we believe and what we formed. It all
I
is.
see where you're going with this. Yeah, you're
So
right.
the
You're
problem
right. You're right.
is if this Trojan horse is allowed to enter the castle and take over before we get a chance to do
Right.
anything, we're in
Right.
trouble. But
Right.
the
Well,
thing is, people are going to eventually wake up. Hopefully, it's not too late, and they're going to defend and fight for this country because it's not what we want. It's not what most people here believe. Even the people who came here from other countries came here for what we believe in. So
well,
they're
yeah.
even like, did you see the ice baby? No, did you see the ice what they had, the job fair? They had like 2,000 applicants show up in I think it was some town in Texas, whatever. They had
I
2,000
heard
and they were
that. Yeah.
and people thought they'd be all white guys. So there's no, dude. Some of them were immigrants that are like, nope, I'm tired of this. This is not what I came for. We don't want these people here.
Right.
You know, I went
Well,
through the whole process
I
and
went
stuff.
legally. Yes.
Yeah.
I I've got one of my neighbors here in New York. He's from Cuba. Um, Back in the day, Castro, they were rich people, I guess. They had a beachfront and all this shit. And Castro, I'm sure it's pretty easy to get a beachfront there, but Castro took their property and sent them to
Yeah.
New York to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
you know,
they were sent to New York, but then they did their paperwork and they did it legally. So he despises these people. I'm not allowed to say illegal, but he despises these motherfuckers that do it illegally.
yeah. Yeah,
And
and you know,
I get it.
I was stationed in Cuba. I actually responded to that big mass once. Remember they all
Really?
swam in Florida? Yeah, I went to Gitmo for that. Yep.
Oh wow.
We had to reestablish the camps because they were mixed with all kinds of you know, family, single, all that, and we were having all kinds of problems because a
I
lot
was
of bad people were in those camps.
holy shit. I was in
Yep.
I got called to duty for the Gitmo and Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I probably didn't see you though because I was undercover, so who knows? That's interesting though, man.
Yeah, we had to
Yeah.
respond to that. And there were some really good families. We had really good
Yes.
conversations, and these people were really, I mean, those were asylum seekers. Like that's how I know the
Right,
difference.
right,
They weren't
right,
just moving, they were
right.
leaving things.
But they were legitimately
Yes,
asylum
they
seekers.
were leaving good lives to
Yes.
come to
But they
America.
were legitimate. They weren't
Well,
fucking
not all of them,
bullshitting.
obviously. Obviously not all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Obvious.
What I'm
Yes.
saying within that crowd, and you know, there may even be legitimate people now can't come to America, but those would be
I,
the ones that would probably go through the border.
well, the only reason the majority probably I would say were legitimate, but the only
Yeah.
reason only reason like I agree with you is the fact that as I've discussed before, my friend with her illegal husband, they were trying to figure out ways to have convince the government that he was an asylum seeker. And if you have to do that, nah, you ain't no fucking. You're fake. You're a fake motherfucker. Go
Well,
fucking back.
you know, again, like again, it's so sad because it's just a lack of integrity, and they're just proving that there's no integrity in other countries too.
Right.
So instead of demonizing America like we're some big bad, you know,
I don't. Yeah.
country,
And the thing is I don't blame them for wanting to come to the greatest country in the world. I don't
sure,
blame them for that. But
exactly,
do it legally.
yes.
Don't don't come here and fucking mooch off our system and be a fucking scumbag.
Well, you know, again, I want to dog on these libtard Democrats, and I guess it's not fair. I'm putting them in those categories, but these people on one hand complain, you know, oh, we're on stolen land. You came over and took this
Oh,
land,
shut the fuck up.
and then, oh, these other people can come across the border and just settle on our land. Like what?
Right. And
Like you're
isn't
arguing the two different things. Like how do you, on one hand, say we shouldn't have taken the land from these people, but then on the other hand, say it's okay for these people to come in
it
on our land? Like what?
aren't a lot of people from like Minnesota and Dakotas, aren't they the ones saying that shit?
I don't know, dude. It's just woke people. No, I think Chicago and all
I
that.
Oh,
It's just woke people.
either way, if you own land and it's stolen land, well then give it up. Give it away.
Exactly.
Give it back.
That's how you
Give
don't
it back
know.
to whoever the fuck you think you need to
How do
give
you
it back
literally stand there in government and say we're on this
to.
land and it's wrong, but not give it back? Like
Exactly. Give
how
it
are
the
you
fuck
trying to
back.
guilt everybody else like we committed some big sin
Right.
when you literally have the opportunity and you're recognizing it and you're not doing anything about it? That's why these
Sorry.
people can't be believed. That's why they're not trusted because
Well, they're
they're
fake ass
hypocrites right in your
motherfuckers,
face. Yeah.
man.
Yeah, they're just because what they
All
want is they want you to give up your crap
isn't
and they keep theirs.
right. Well, they want to target all these billionaires. Isn't
Yeah.
Bill Gates one that's buying all this land?
Oh my God.
Well, maybe he should give it back. Maybe give it back, bro.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Give it
Like
up, motherfucker.
I'd have mad respect for the man if he was buying up land just to give it back to the people he thought. Like I'd have mad respect for that.
Did you really? Even if you gave it back, do you really think that motherfuckers would give a flying fuck about it?
Well,
Fuck no.
again, it's about an attitude. It's not about It's not about circumstances because we all have
I know.
circumstances. You know what I mean?
But if you want
Even us,
land,
huh?
if you want your shit, if they want their shit back, you can have all the undeveloped land back you fucking want. Take it all back.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
not going to get our developed fucking land that we
well,
developed.
but
That's
again,
not
so
happening.
it's just like people said. People have said this for years. You can literally redistribute wealth like they wanted, like these socialist ones.
Right.
Give everybody the same amount of dollars. Within a year, the rich people have the money again. It's not
Exactly.
about circumstances. It's about people
Exactly.
and their attitudes. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
So and the prime example of that is athletes. Like you look at these
Yeah.
big money making athletes, and you're sitting here thinking,
Right.
like, how
Right.
can anybody like majority of our sports is predominantly minorities,
I
majority of our
hate.
sport, but
I hate to
they
use.
make millions of
Right.
dollars and yet
But I.
complain that black people don't get anything. Well, you help these people. You don't have to be white to help a community that you care about.
Right.
You help the, but they can't because they buy 8 cars, 3 mansions, and then they're broke. Very few of them. I
And
don't say
I.
very few. I
Right.
really know statistics, but
And
I know it's not a
and
lot.
right. And the analogy comes. That old analogy that I. It's funny, but I don't like using it. And everybody that does use it, you can take a brother or whatever you want out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the brother.
Right.
And that was
The ones that get out wanted to get out the whole time.
exactly,
You know.
exactly, and
And it's all of them.
whatever.
It's not even race dependent. If you're in power, like the Indian Native Americans, they get free land, whatever. Why don't they prosper and move into our neighborhoods? Why?
Right,
Why don't you
right.
take your casino earnings and start building lives for your people?
Well, the normal ones want to move into the white neighborhoods.
I mean, I know there are Native Americans that actually live amongst us, like we're some Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Like heck, even the Amish and
Uh,
stuff we talked about, they live amongst us. You know what I mean?
well, our guest that we had last week, he's a U.S. Marshal.
Hmm.
He patrols he patrols two Indian reservations down the road from me, and that's pretty interesting. They're happy with their land. They don't give a fuck. They get their little paychecks every month.
Right. I mean,
All
if
that
that's the
shit.
life they want to live, that's on them. You
They
know what I mean?
got
That's why I said the people coming from across the seas, I
right,
get it. You want a better life for yourself? I understand. Do what you can to make a better life for you. I give them more credit than I give these inner city people
right.
that are just crying, the system's against me, the system's against me. Well, then why don't you pack up and leave and sneak into another country and see if
Well,
they'll
yeah,
support you?
right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Get them to give
that's
you
the
all
thing with
money and
all these
housing.
fucking. That's the thing with all these fucking morons that talk shit about our country. Well, where do you plan on moving to?
Right.
I,
Go.
I'm not. Well, why the
Exactly.
fuck not? Get the fuck out of here.
There's not. I can't say there's everything is great about this country. I can't say that. I
There's
can't say some of our systems and laws are not cracked up. I mean, hell, look what we're going through right now. We got two sides fighting with each other, regardless of what side you
right.
think is right. That's not harmonious. That's not utopia.
Well, even individual states, we're not all in sync, and
No,
it's a joke.
I
It's a
mean,
fucking joke.
and people out in rural areas have different needs than people in the cities, but that doesn't make either one
Right.
better than the other.
Right. Well,
But
yes, it
leave them
does.
alone.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
Leave
New
them alone.
York is
Like
fucking
I don't care. This is one of my arguments against Trump going in and fixing Chicago. Like no, I mean if it's about immigration, go in there and snatch up all the immigrants and send them home. I
well,
100% want that. But I don't
well,
want you. I don't care if you go in and clean up the crime in Chicago because that's on the people of Chicago. If they're tired of crime in Chicago, let them fix it. If
well.
they want to complain,
That
let them fix it.
that is one of on my notes here as one thing that I wanted to talk about. So we just went through what Labor Day weekend, correct?
Yeah, right.
What was it? 54 fucking shootings.
Yeah. How many died?
I don't
Five,
know,
seven, something like that.
4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that many fucking. Are you fucking kidding me? That
But
many
that's
shootings.
normal. Every holiday, maybe every
I,
weekend. Who knows?
whatever the case may be, we don't have a problem. We don't need your help, Trump, not Mr. Trump. Okay, all right. I beg to differ. I guarantee you, My brother lives right on the outside of Chicago. He actually lives in Indiana on the border of Illinois and South Chicago and Indiana. And we were just talking about my mom going there to do some genealogical work, and he's like, "Nope, you will not. You're not allowed to go. I don't, and you're going to need to wait till the crime straightened up because it's a shit show." And when he's scared to go there with his even with his guns, that's not good.
No, I'm just like I said, like, but again, there comes a point where you have to let people fail to learn their lesson.
Right?
So
They have
in the end,
right,
Trump can go in and clean up Chicago, and they'll be like, oh, they'll blame like blah blah blah. You know, we talked about last week how some people are actually, hey, thanks, we appreciate it. Like, you
right,
would think that would be the default. Like, you want to send troops to help clean up our crime? Like, you think that'd be yeah, that's fine, do it. Because we're not doing a good job of it. But their pride,
right.
oh, it's just, oh, we can't take Trump's help. No, we
Well, what
can't because he's
don't
a dictator. It's just
right?
so,
What
so
do
sad.
they call it? Trump deranged syndrome or something?
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Are you fucking kidding me? I
Well,
mean, are you not for your people?
but the people got to stand up, dude. The people have to stand up.
The people have been standing up for
Well,
a while now,
I know there's
man.
been a lot of people on social
And
media saying, hey, come on in, we need it, blah, blah, blah.
right, and they're
You-
free. Yeah, they've been freaking out about the immigrants and everything.
But again, it's just like foreign wars in foreign
Yeah,
countries. I have no need to go in and save Afghanistan's people if they're not willing to do it themselves. I simply don't want to. I don't want to go
right.
in and
But
rescue somebody who's not willing to stand up for themselves.
right, right. No, but I mean, when you're saying that though, who are you? You're talking about the mayor and the governor not willing to fucking not willing to take Trump's help
Yeah, yeah,
because they
but again, where look, the people riot and they gather when Trump goes and pees on a tree and says, "Oh my God, I blessed this tree." So if the people of Chicago want Trump's help, they too can organize and not riot because that wouldn't be very helpful, but they can organize too. They can protest. They can go out in the
right.
streets and protest. Hey, we want these streets cleaned up. In fact, that would be probably effective in itself if the masses got
I'm
together,
yeah.
unless you're going to tell me these are all innocent people who can't do anything.
You know what? In an idealistic world, that would be wonderful, Jim. But you do realize that people on our level, we actually work. We don't have time to fucking do shit like that.
Yeah, but you know, it's not like they don't have the formula, right? Because
Right,
if you steal their stash, they'll kill you over it. If you know, disrespect them, they'll kill you over it. But yet
right.
somehow they can't find a way to stand up against criminals who are destroying their own city.
Well,
Like I don't
well,
understand it. I don't get it.
I was. I mean, I don't. I haven't been there. I was stationed there for a couple years, so I mean, but it wasn't bad back then. But the thing is, though, is that now I hear you got 8 year olds fucking shooting 8 year olds with actual guns.
I mean,
I
dude,
mean,
like
what the fuck, man?
what do you value in this world? Because I know in a lot of these problems, you watch a lot of these videos, somebody gets disrespected, that's worth killing. But yet,
I
if
know.
criminals come in and disrespect your entire community, that's okay. If
How does an eight
rap
year old get a
singers come
gun?
in and disrespect your entire culture, that's okay. I don't
How
get
does
it. I just don't get it
no? I don't get how an 8 year old gets a gun.
because they get hanging out with 15, 16 year olds.
I mean,
Because
what?
parents have children and they don't give a damn. They're too busy smoking crack or working two jobs, right? They're too busy working two jobs,
I
right?
yeah, I doubt it. They're collecting 2 checks maybe,
You
but
know,
not
and I
working.
feel for people like that. And I do think, like I said, if there's a single mom and dad's not in the picture because he's in jail and can't make child support, and you're totally disassociated with him, not taking him back every time he gets out of jail,
Oh yeah,
and you
because he's in
honestly want
jail.
to make a better life, I am empathetic. Do it. But
I
again, it goes back to my reasoning. If you don't want to fix your own problems, why should I fix yours?
I I get you being empathetic, but I'm not empathetic because of the fact quit spreading your fucking goddamn legs, you
Well,
fucking
yeah, you
moron.
got to be accountable. No lie.
I mean, fuck, man. Quit fucking and being a worthless father, you fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, I mean, again, like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, you have to think that at some point, these people, like, because dude, I understand. I've been through the gamut. I understand hopelessness. I've been widowed. I understand loss. I understand circumstance. I
So do
understand
I.
that. But I understand all of that. My point being is that despite all your circumstances, you are still who you are. Now, if you are struggling to stand up, but you are struggling to stand up, then I will help you up. If you are sitting on your ass complaining about nobody helping you up, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for
No,
that.
sir.
You're not another dependent of mine. Again, to bring this to a perspective, this town I live in has seen a rise in homeless people. Now,
Damn.
I don't know, I see a physically able man with a sign saying something like he's got lupus and he's homeless. And I don't know what that means. And maybe that's my ignorance, but I don't understand how you can't go to the job place at the college or something and find a job you can work with lupus. Like, is there
Right.
not a job you could do with lupus? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'd have to look it up. But I'm just
Disability, Social Security. So you
right.
telling me you didn't work, so you can't claim disability, Social Security? I know for a fact people with, things like that get disability from Social Security because they paid into the system. Now, if you
Exactly.
didn't, if you spent your life in jail and now you're upset with it doesn't make
I don't know.
sense.
I don't know what to say about that. But riding on your coattails with that, um, I so here where I'm at in New York, we don't have a lot of that because our weather's not conducive
Right.
for bums.
Hmm.
But
Oh,
down
but go, dude,
Charleston,
dude. I don't mean to cut you off, but come winter, all these libtard idiots are going to be like, "Oh, we need shelters. We need warming shelters for the homeless."
oh
And
my
then what happens?
god,
All the homeless keep coming here.
yeah, and then they get these fucking hotel rooms that I can't fucking
Yes,
afford.
yes, yes. And they
That
get them
drives my
cheap.
fucking ass
They get them
because we
cheap.
have
Then
this.
they want the town to
So
help pay for it.
so we do have a homeless shelter that I have some. Chris actually worked there, but we do have some homeless shelter that when it's close, there's a certain degree where they call it a code blue or red or some
Right.
shit, and they put them up in the homeless shelter. If we're full there, then they put them in these hotels, and it's like I can't even. I want a hotel room, man. Fuck.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm empathetic, dude, and I'm willing to help the willing. But the
So am
problem is
I.
your approach is not to throw money and enable these people. Because first thing I'll tell you,
Right.
what first thing in my political platform is as soon as I identify a homeless person, I am going to get his full entire history. What is your name?
Right.
Why are you
Right.
here? Where did you come from? Who
Right.
are you? And wherever he
Right.
spent his time and contributed to paying taxes, I will ship him right back there because that is the
Right.
community that is responsible for him. If you live in
Yeah.
my community and you become homeless, regardless of the reason, I am obligated or feel obligated that I should
This
get you
is
some
a
help.
this is a good segue. This is a good subject to talk about. And like I was saying, fuck this area. But when I go down there, these motherfuckers got a fucking paragraph of shit on their sign. And some will say homeless vet. I'm like, you're a homeless vet? Do you know how many fucking programs we have for you, motherfucker?
Right.
I'm a veteran, but I'm surviving.
Yeah.
I
And you
don't want to
see
hear
some of the
that.
ones taking advantage of
Oh,
it. It's a job. That is a job. That's a hustle.
well,
Some people do make money doing that.
you know that I believe it was one of the Ivy League schools. I think it was Harvard. They did a some students took a summer off and a study and acted like they were homeless, collecting money, and the average homeless person makes like third, and this is like 5-10 years ago. They're making $32,000 to $34,000 a year
Right.
on
Right.
collecting money, panhandling.
Right.
Do you know a fucking a disabled vet that has 100% back then was only 34 grand a year. So I mean, a panhandler is making that much just doing that, and then and they could be collecting veteran disability as well if they even are veterans, because I don't even trust that. But it just it grosses me out, especially when I see a motherfucker with a dog. It's not cheap to own a fucking dog, man. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. You have a dog. So we just lost Jim. Hopefully he comes back. But yeah, that shit's just it fries my butt. It's these people that claim they're homeless and then they have a dog with them. I like my dog probably cost me $30 a month for food, and then oh shit, she takes some Paltro to ensure that she doesn't get like ticks and worms and stuff like that. So that's another like 20 some dollars. So I don't know. We're talking probably $50 a month to ensure that my dog stays healthy and clean and clear. And I don't know. It's just it is what it is. It just fries my butt. But what the heck happened to Jimbo Chong? I'm sitting here spinning my tires, and I don't know what his deal is. If he's gonna come back or not, and I don't know if he'll cut this off or whatever. But my other my other thing on the list was talking about the DOJ and ICE had a huge bust getting chemicals that can make like methamphetamines, explosives, and shit like that. And they got like I think they said each there was two types of chemicals, and it was oh, like it would take it's gonna take 24 semis to get rid of each set of chemicals, and yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Are you
And
there?
then
Have you been talking this whole time? Because I totally lost connection.
yeah, I just was going over my next segment
Oh, well, I
of
didn't need to know what it is. I don't know what's going on, but I'm
well,
back.
here I'm gonna let you know.
All right.
Um, so the DOJ and ICE had a huge bust of chemicals that would make like it would make methamphetamines.
Okay. So drugs, not anything
It's
dangerous.
the
Like if you
chemical,
take
yeah.
away.
It's the chemicals from it was a ship bringing it to Mexico so they could make the drugs and then distribute it. And it was chemical. It was like some type of alcohol shit, and it would make like meth
So
and stuff like that, and
So that
it
brings
would
up an
take
interesting perspective. Let me ask you this perspective then, because again, like I'm not opposed to going after these criminals and these drugs and all this
yeah
stuff. I'm not opposed to that, but again, this is almost like the Democratic argument of taking away guns. Why are we so focused on people bringing drugs into this country when we have a high demand for them? You understand? Like, why aren't we
because
focusing on the people in the country who are trying to get these drugs?
because let's stop the drugs from coming into the country with the mindset.
Right, but stopping the drugs
I
coming in the country is not going to change the people wanting the drugs. It's
either
just going to
way,
change the route,
right?
how they get their drugs. And
Either
that's the
way,
point. I think we wasted a lot of money when we could just turn it
right,
inside, just like the gun argument. We don't take away guns. We go do the mental
right,
stuff with the people who are shooting the guns. So
right,
why can't
right.
we
But
just focus on people? Why do these people need drugs?
well,
What is
let's
so
focus on both though, if
well,
we
I
can.
understand, but if you had a kitty full of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's just bring it in your house. You had a if you had a budget You make $500 a week, a month, whatever,
Right.
and you got to allocate that money. Are you going to get your kids' education so they don't want drugs, or are you going to start spending money on cops to keep arresting the people bringing drugs to your house for your kids?
Oh, I don't. There's many ways to look at that. I would say 50% what you're saying, 50% the other way. The fact of the matter is, they're we're
Yeah, but
they're
the
doing a
problem
good
is,
job
the,
keeping some shit off the streets.
but the problem is this: you take away a gun, and there'll
Yeah.
be another weapon. Evil
Right.
people are going to kill regardless of what
Right.
tool they have.
Right.
You
Right.
take away the drug dealer, there's going to be another drug dealer
Right. But if you
or
fucking
another drug.
if you collect 48 truckloads of fucking drugs, potential drugs that would equivalent to like $1 billion in fucking
Yeah,
sales.
don't get me wrong. I don't mind
I
crippling
I
the
think
industries, but I'm
I
saying we need more effort and money into the people demanding
right,
the drugs
but
than we do
I
into the people
think that
bringing them.
I think that the basis behind this, obviously keeping the drugs out of the states, but also I think I think it's well, it is. It's just fucking these cartels up so they don't just diminishing these cartels so that it's
Well, yeah,
just
like I said, I'm
minimized.
not opposed to that. Like I get it. I'm
Right.
not opposed to a two-prong attack. My point is our money and efforts need to be focused on the people in this
Yeah.
country who are
No,
using these
yeah.
drugs. Why
Right.
is their life so bad that they need these drugs? And I don't think just giving them $50 or $1,000 or even paying them everything they want is going to
What
change that. There's
do
other
you
issues.
yes there is. But look at your and I mean I don't want to get in your personal life, but
No, don't.
you've mentioned shit already. So the fact of the matter is you mentioned that you're widowed,
Right.
correct?
Yeah. And
How easy
it was a very
how
tough thing to go through.
yes, and how easy would it have been to take the easy road? You didn't
And I
do
know
it.
people who did.
Right.
See,
And
that
I
came
give
down
you
to my
props.
morals and values, though. That came down to my values. That's what
Right.
made the road
But
harder. I could have
how
took the
many
easy way
people
out.
are as have the heart and soul you have that are
But
that
but but
good?
here's but here's my point, Jace. This is exactly what I'm saying. I've got personal firsthand experience in this. Let me
I
explain
know.
this to you
I
that
know, and so do
I
I.
went through this alone because people didn't step up whether I was on drugs or not. Now they do have
Right.
certain programs,
But
but it's not like people gave a damn about my circumstances,
no, they didn't. But
even
you
whether I
chose
was trying to get out of it
you
or not.
you made the right choice. But you know how easy would it have been to not make that right choice?
Oh, I know.
Especially if you don't have young ones to fucking like to look after.
Well, even if you do, it's still, I mean,
You know
it's
how
the
easy it
easy
would
way.
be.
It's the easy path out. Let's numb the
The
pain.
easy,
I get it.
yeah, the easy way out would be I don't have kids, I don't have nothing. Fuck it.
But Chase, why do we have to numb the pain? Why can't there be support groups that are genuine that care about people? You know, here I am going through this. I'm empathetic
there
about
is,
people. I'm empathetic
there
about these
is,
illegals coming across the border. That's why we have a
there
program
is.
that can get them in here legally. That's why we have a amnesty program, or not amnesty. You know, you know what I'm talking about. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Whatever. Where they
I'd fall
fleeing,
asleep.
whatever. But yeah, that's why we have these programs.
No, I know.
That's why we give them millions of dollars every year.
The problem is that I've oh man, it's hard, but I I've I've worked these programs and all it takes is one bad hombre, one bad egg, whatever you want to call it, and the program just fails. It fucking sucks.
Well, because most things start out with good intentions and then people take advantage and abuse them. You know what I mean?
Well,
I
you
still
know,
know people in certain programs that really have hearts of gold and they're really trying to help these people. I know that. But then the program gets infused with
right,
people who don't really care, just there for a
right,
job,
right,
just there to get
right.
money, even
Well,
nonprofits, they're stealing off the side. Like,
so yeah, so for me, like I the military. I was I wouldn't say I was rock bottom, but I had hit a where I needed some help, and the military sent me back to school. I became a drug and alcohol counselor. I had connected, and I I had I did an internship with this mental health association, and so long story short, I had left it because of COVID. I didn't. It's not like I chose to, but COVID fucked it all up. And then I had the opportunity to move to Charleston. I did. Um, but now I come back here in the summers, and my old supervisor is now the CEO of the company, and so next summer I'll be working for them again. But you know, while I was working for them and doing my internship, yeah, these programs are awesome and cool. But the problem is that if you get a DWI, you are you have to go to you have to come down there. It's called drug court, and you
Right.
have to come down and you have to come to these groups that we offer, blah blah blah. So they're just there to get their stamp on their piece of paper to fucking fulfill their time, and and then they're just bad egg because they know that they're just short time,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
they're
but you
not.
got to believe though, Jace. You got to believe, like even the ministries in prison. You got to believe that these people became bad eggs because of something in their childhood,
No, I
something in their
know. Well,
past made them. And there's
yeah,
got to be a way to break through to these people.
I believe that you're right partially, and also just like let's say you have asthma. Well, does that mean you're fucked up? You're an asshole and blah blah blah, and you're fucking and whatever. Uh, you gotta
Well,
understand that you gotta understand that addiction is just like asthma.
well, yeah,
Addiction's just like heart disease.
but your
It's
circumstances
genetics.
don't make who you are. Now there is a
It's
point.
genetic. It's genetics, though.
There is a point where your chemistry and your brain becomes so fried, and you don't even know you don't have
Yeah,
that
you're right.
cognitive
You
awareness
you
anymore.
can yes, you can absolutely fry it beyond foobar. You can
Right.
foobar that shit
Even
for sure.
even like we
But
deal with PTSD stuff in the military. There is a
right.
point where these events traumatize you so much, but that would to me mean you just need stronger, more effective help. You
But
need
yeah,
better
but you
support.
right. Well, that's another thing. You need to have a wonderful support system
Well, we all
outside
do.
of
We all do.
outside of the camp. I give you so much credit for what you've been through, man. Because you could have went down so many shitty paths, and you chose the Lord and
Yeah,
the
but this is
right
what I'm
way.
saying, Jace. The one thing in this
Yeah,
whole journey I've been searching for is
yeah,
support. Like, do you
right.
understand? I've been moving every
Yeah,
3 years,
yes,
looking
yes,
for a community that will be supportive.
right,
Well,
right.
people
No, I
don't
get it.
care
I get
about
it.
your problems unless
But
you bring them value, and I
but you know,
understand that.
but we all do have problems.
I understand that, but there
Yeah,
has to be a
and
way to open the door for
you
them.
know who, and you're not gonna laugh, but you'll probably understand. But you know who guides me the most? My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, I agree
I
that
know
too, but
He's with me. I know He's got my back. I know He's with me 24 fucking 7, whether I'm talking like I am or not. I've devoted my life to Him, and that's what saves me every day.
yeah, and
Or else I would be down
I
a
don't know
shitty fuck.
if I'm obviously if I'm not making it obvious, that's the reason I made it through everything, honestly. But I still struggle with that because it's not
Right,
tangible. It's not
right,
something I can reach
right.
and touch every day, somebody to
Oh
touch me on the
yeah,
back and say, "Hey,
absolutely.
you're doing great. Hey, I got this. Sit this one down."
Right,
And
right.
most people who are struggling can't start from a place of God. They
No, no,
just
I
can't
get that.
start
I
from there.
get
They
that.
need a tangible
You're
example to know that their
yes,
life can
you're
change.
right. You're right.
That's why I don't
And you
preach a
know
lot of
what?
it because I don't think it's a good starting point for people. Because people who
Right,
Know
right,
God, and they know where to find God.
right. And the thing is, though, is you're 100% right. I yes. If you talk to a lot of people, when they've hit wherever they've hit rock bottom or whatever you want to call it, that's exactly what they say. Is they found they just found the Lord Jesus, and
Yeah,
it
there's a
changed them
breaking
forever.
point in the bottom of the
And
barrel.
yeah,
Sometimes when you've lost everything in the world, some people
it's
will
changed them.
come to the
But a
Lord.
lot of people, a lot of successful people have have had a reckoning and do say that if it wasn't for the Lord Jesus Christ, they wouldn't be where they're
Yeah,
at right now.
and again, I mean, we could do a whole show on God and all that stuff. I don't know
Yeah,
if not like we have a big audience, but I don't know if where Johnny and Chris fall on that realm anyway.
yeah. I
But
don't. Yeah, I'm not. I think I've preached too much about it as it is. So yes,
well, that's fine. There
you're right.
was two things I wanted to get into. I don't know what else you had on your list, but the two things I want to talk about. For one, did you see that stuff in Germany where those five candidates from the right wing party got mysteriously killed like the day before the election?
I
They all
did
died of
not.
natural causes, five of
I
them. Yeah.
heard. I did hear that, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm not really clear on that. I
Yeah.
did
Well,
hear kind. It was five.
five. I thought it was interesting because there is not a person in this world who would believe that was coincidence. Not a
Was
person alive.
were the Clintons in Germany? No,
No, no, I don't think it had anything to do with it. It's just probably their
I'm,
own.
I'm
There's probably the
joking.
Clintbergs or well, not Bergs. Berg would be the Clintsteins. No, that still could be. I can't even think of a
Clinton,
common German name.
the Clinton Eisenheimers.
Yeah, Heimers, the Clintheimers or Clintheimers. But
That's crazy, dude.
yeah, it is crazy, and I just thought that
Wow.
that's interesting
Yeah.
because that shows you on a world scale why would we listen to a country like Germany? Like they can't even control their own inner terrorism, stuff like so it's hard to come to the table with countries like that when they got problems like that.
Well,
Like we do too. People tried to kill Trump, you know what I mean?
Germany's very interesting. Excuse
Well,
me.
I was there. I was
Germany's,
stationed in
yeah.
Berlin.
Were you
And
really?
I even know, I even still in contact with a couple people there. I was going to reach out to find, what's the real deal with that. But I mean, you got to understand,
Wow.
like just like we have a history, Germany has a history too.
Yeah.
And you
So
just can't get away
absolutely.
from it. So I guess at the end of the day, how do you know what the real German people think?
Do
If they
you?
allow this stuff to happen, that's scary.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you have a piece of the Berlin Wall?
I do. I have two little pieces. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I
I
would.
took them. I
Wow.
took them myself too. I didn't go buy them at some
That's
shop.
that's even more special.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. What else you got?
Oh, I want to talk about the Epstein stuff resurfacing again because I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw this, but apparently Trump tried to block the Republicans from releasing it, which I'm still not sure. We could talk about that. I'm still not sure, but then the Democrats keep bringing it up, and then now the victims are going to come forward and
Yes.
release their own
Yeah.
lists.
Well, I was watching. Go figure. Fox, and they were showing a CNN interview of them asking some of the victims if Trump had any illicit involvement in it, and so far they said no.
Yeah, and we know that, dude. Like I said, we've talked about this ad nauseum. Any
Why?
Democrat, liberal who posts or brings that up, oh, Trump's afraid to bring out the list because he's on it. Like
Yeah.
you have no credibility at that point. I don't listen to a word these people say because they would have found it when they had access to it in
Well,
that the
and it would
Democrat
have been
power.
released.
They would have found they're the ones that collected all the evidence. They would have had it. They would have fabricated something. Instead, they went with some crazy Russian hoax story. And now
Right.
you really believe that Trump is hiding his involvement with Epstein. You've got to be the dumbest person in the world. Now,
Right.
I'm 100% positive that there is some angle to this because if Trump doesn't want it out, there has to be a reason. The last reason I would consider is because he's in them. That's the last reason.
I
And even
don't
if there is a reason, because he's in them, because his name is mentioned, he knows everybody's going to go crazy because they see a manifesto of a manifest of of a
right.
flight log or something, and yes, because they're that stupid. These people are that stupid. They're going to say you were on his plane, so you were sleeping with children. That's not what it means, and that's
First of
understandable.
all, Trump would never get on a fucking his plane. Trump's got his own goddamn
Yeah,
plane.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was Trump's fear that they're
Yes,
going to make innocent people victims or, whatever, I understand that. But then you still have to release the people who are not innocent.
and
Start putting out names of people who are on there and did illegal, unethical, immoral things.
exactly. It's
But
just
again,
whatever, dude.
if you're sitting here and you're going to try to convince me that Trump is on this list, that's why he doesn't want it out. You are a freaking moron. Moron. I don't even have a
Yeah.
conversation with you because you're dumber than a rock. Because if the
I
Democrats
don't.
had this information, because they're the ones that collected it, they would have released that
I
to keep Trump from being elected.
I do question like why he why he wants to just stop it,
Yeah, I agree. I want to know
but
too. Give me a
but
reason.
but the thing is I like I said before, I still trust him, and when the time is right, I think he'll allow it. What
Yeah,
about the
and
you're
let's be real,
talking
dude.
about
I'd rather hear it from the victims. I would rather
right,
hear the
right,
victim say,
right.
this man right here named Bill Clinton is the one who penetrated me when I was 14 years old. I would rather hear that. Now that's obviously just made up, of course, before we get into
That's
trouble. But it's
I
probably
would
it probably
I
resembles
don't
something.
I don't want to hear all that, but I would love to
Well,
hear
no, but you
yes,
understand what I'm
Clinton.
saying. The validity of
Yes,
this
yes,
story would be way more to me. Of
yes,
course, still have to check
yes.
that because we know women and victims and all that can lie too. We do know that.
Right.
So I wouldn't just take it at face value, but corroborate the
Well,
information.
another problem, and I think this is one of Trump's things, is there's like a huge trust fund with Epstein's money for all these victims, and I just wonder if Trump wants all these victims to be taken care of beforehand. I don't know. I just want I don't know. It's just there's got to be a reason. Trump's a genius,
Well, we
and
know
I
there's a
believe in
reason.
him.
Everything Trump has done has been calculated. Well, I mean, well,
Exactly.
there's a couple things he probably, reacted in the moment on, like even the
Right.
Operation Warp Speed. But I see he's doing that too. He's going after these drug companies to release the information because yes, there is a
Right.
possibility that Trump was duped into thinking this would actually work, and then the only
Right.
litmus test was it didn't work. You know what I
Right.
mean? But again, Trump should still come out and say, hey, at the time, it looked like it was good because the information they were telling me, I fully supported it. Now that I
Right.
see the results, I want answers. That's that simple. Like I don't understand why even Trump, like I'm not going to give him a free pass. I don't understand why these people just can't be authentic and real. The truth always
Exactly.
prevails. People
Exactly.
respect people who tell the truth. Now
Exactly.
unless telling the truth is making things twice as hard for whatever other truth you're trying to get to, I don't know. But again, I always say this, don't lie to me. Tell me it's none of my business and you're not going to talk to me about it. Don't lie to me. Just
Right.
tell me it's not your business. Time's not right. We're not talking about it. Okay.
Exactly.
I respect that.
Exactly. So
Yeah. So that's what is there
whatever.
anything on your list you want to cover before we get on?
Yeah, I'm falling asleep, man.
All right. Yeah. Because we can go ahead and cap this out because we had a big technical difficulty in there and it's probably going to make it a miserable episode anyway. But hopefully it was fun
No,
enough.
I discussed some stuff. If
Yeah,
you,
well, I'm
you don't
glad you
want
kept it going. You're even frozen on my screen. Now you're back. You were frozen on my screen. So I got to
really,
probably get off anyway. My internet probably bogged down right now.
all right,
But
man.
I appreciate you, Jace. Thanks for coming on again. And
Appreciate you.
as always, Godspeed.
Pull the pin already. Subscribe, like, thumbs up. All you 10,000 viewers and subscribers, we appreciate all of you. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.